Before you apply to any school, it's very important you check the admission equivalencies or the eligibility requirements. This saves you a lot of time and money because you don't waste your money and apply to something that you might not get in. So before we start the application process, let's look at the admission requirements or the eligibility to even put in an application at University of Ottawa. So open your computers and follow me. You go to Google and you type University of Ottawa admission equivalencies. Normally, it should be the first link that will pop up. You click on that link and it brings you to this portal. So it's based on the country, every country and their requirements. This is why it's very important you do your homework or you do the work yourself. Because as a Ghanaian, my admission requirements might be different from you as a Nigerian or as a Pakistani. So if you just listen to what people say, you tend to lose a lot because you do not go check and verify for yourself. And maybe that school would have been the best school to give you admission. So I'm going to start with, India is already open. So I'm going to start with India. These are actually one of the most popular people who watch my videos. Let me know in the comment section which country you are from. I would love to know. So for India, the minimum grade required to even get admission to University of Ottawa for a master's program is, if you did a 3-year bachelor's, you will need a master's degree again to be able to do a master's. Or if you did a 4 years bachelor's, that's enough. You also need a postgraduate diploma. So any of these options, for a 3-year program, you need a master's. For a 3-year bachelor's from institution with NAAC rating of A. So if it was 3 years but it's from this institution, you would not need a master's. If you have a 4 years bachelor's, that's good. Or if you have a postgraduate diploma too, you can do a master's. And this is the minimum degree or diploma required for master's and PhD. And this is the minimum grade required. So like your transcript, this is what they need. So now the next country I'm going to go is Pakistan, because I have a lot of people from Pakistan who watch my videos and I'm giving you shout outs. Like, thank you for always commenting on my video. I see you all. I see you guys. So for a master's, so a minimum of 4 years if you have a bachelor's. If you did a 2 or 3 years bachelor's, you will need a master's to do another master's in University of Ottawa. And you need a first class. So yeah, and for a doctorate, this is what you need. Now I'm going to Nigeria. Shout out to the Nigerians who watch and comment. Like, thank you very much. So for a Nigerian, they do not accept HND, and you need to have done a minimum of 4 years bachelor's, and they do accept a second class or upper division as compared to Pakistan where they needed a first class division. Now let's go to my people home. Let's go to Ghana. So in Ghana, for a master's, you need a bachelor's, and the minimum grade required is a second class lower division. So if you have a second class, you can apply to University of Ottawa. But these grade requirements also depend on the program. What does the program require? So now we've seen the admission equivalency. Let's see how to apply. You go to Google and you type University of Ottawa. Apply. The first link on how to apply will pop up. We click on that and we come into this portal. So these are the steps they show you, which is going to be easy. We are going to follow all these steps. So step 1 is to decide on a program, so we can explore our many programs. So let's see. So these are the steps. You decide on the program, you check their deadlines, you confirm you meet the admission requirements, you gather the required documents, you gather the necessary letters of recommendation. You find out the language of proficiency, you upload, and you select a thesis supervisor for a research, master's, or a program. So these are the steps. But let's look at their graduate programs. So we are looking at your master's. So let's check out the master's program they have. Okay, so I have to go back here and find the program for you. So this is it. So for graduate studies, we choose master's. If it's a bachelor's you want, you click on bachelor's. If it's a doctorate you want, you click on this. It's very intuitive. You just have to follow the procedure, and they have so many programs as you can see. But I'm going to choose a Master of Applied Science in Civil Engineering. They have anthropology, so both STEM and non-STEM, criminology, Masters of Arts in Geography, Music, Public Administration, Spanish, Communication. Like, they have so many programs, so it's up to you to just, they have Law LLM. You have to just look at it and see which one is of interest to you. So now let's go to, so this is it for civil engineering. What do they need? So these are the main areas of research. These are other programs in civil engineering they offer. This is the fee, so you can just take your time and read all these things. So the admission requirements. So even though to apply we said that we need a minimum of lower division, here to be able to apply for civil engineering you need a minimum average of B. So the B 70%, so that could be like a second class upper. But okay, so this is, no, let me rephrase this. This is for the general thing, but they said that international candidates must check the admission equivalency for the diploma they receive in their country of origin. So I think even if you have a second class lower, you can apply and try and learn how to boost your application and ensure you have a competitive document. I have a video on my channel which can help you, especially if you graduated with a lower. So you just go to my channel, you type here, you come here, you click on lower. This video, there are videos on, so there's this video and there is these videos. Just take your time and watch. It will teach you how to prepare competitive application. So we have this, these are other things that you have to also look at. You have to get a supervisor. On my channel you will see how to send emails to supervisor, so you type cold email. This video will help you to do exactly that. So now that we have seen it, let's look at the program. This is what you do, the research. These are the courses that you will take. So now we've decided on the program we want to study. Now the next thing we want to look at, so still on the how to apply, let's look at the admission and funding they have. I'm going to talk briefly about that. So this is the funding and financing. So we go back here, admission, awards and financial support. So for these are the scholarships they have admission scholarships, they have special merit scholarships, they have teaching and research assistance, and they even have other scholarships here that you could apply for. So Ontario graduate scholarships, you could apply for it even if you're an international student. So let's look at these two scholarships. So for masters, what do they have? Funding support may be offered to students who are admitted full-time to an eligible master's program. So these programs do not get funding, especially the Masters of Engineering. So to get funding, you might have to concentrate on the MASC, Masters of Applied Science. But apart from that, they give you financial support, and the second component of financial support may be offered by the academic unit in the form of assistantship or internal bursaries. And for PhD, they give you a minimum value of 72,000 for a period of 4 years. That means in a year you're going to get like 18,000 per year, and that is the minimum. In Canada, you can work for like 20 hours. So if the money is too small, you could also work to support whatever money that is. So this is a scholarship of 9,000 per year. They're going to give you 3,000 per term. So every session you're going to get 3,000. There are 3 sessions per year. And the second component is also 9,000 per year for 4 years. So this is how you're going to get the 18,000, 9,000, 9,000. So this is it for the scholarship. So in this video, we have looked at 3 things. We have looked at the admission equivalencies. We have looked at the programs they offer, and now we are looking at the scholarships they have. So we've looked at the admission scholarships. Let's look at the special merit scholarships. So the good thing that this scholarship, you do not, there's no application. No application is required. You're automatically considered at the time of admission for a special merit scholarship if you are selected. The amount and duration are variable, so you have to consult your faculty graduate study. So we have looked at that. And let's look at the teaching assistant and research assistants. So that's based on the availability of funds. So you can look at the opportunities here. But what you could also do is so these are, I think these are some of the, let me just read it. So in other way, teaching assistants, graduates, working as presented direction for professor, teaching assistants, other graduate students. Okay, so these are some of the programs that you could have your teaching assistantship in. So you could just send an email to whoever is in charge that you're interested in teaching assistantship opportunity. So these are some of the postings. So let's see, 2024 winter time units, or let's see. Okay, let me choose something. Faculty of Education. So they don't have any post available for Faculty of Education. Let me see. So you have to take your time and look at the faculties and see if they do have some positions available for you based on the terms you do select. So this video is getting longer than I hoped. So tomorrow I'm going to post another video on how to apply for University of Ottawa. So what I'm expecting from you at the end of this video is to go back to the programs. They are, the programs. No, this is the equivalencies. Is to decide on the programs. So check the programs. We go back to the link. Yeah, so I know there are so many there are so many tabs that you have to click, but yeah, go through the programs, see which one you like or which one you want to study. Check out their admission requirements, get your documents ready, and in tomorrow we can do the applications together. So the deadlines, so each program, they also before we go, let's look at the deadlines. So there are program specific requirements. Let's go check that. So here, masters, I'm going to choose again civil engineering, MSc civil engineering. Then you submit it. So this is good because they give you all the complete admission package. This is the tuition waiver. Unfortunately, Canada doesn't really offer waivers, but I always advise you to send an email to find out. They need your recommendation letters, your transcript, and your resume, and the graduate for that purpose. And this is the preference form. When you click on this, it's gonna open here. Then you have to go down here and you find the preference form. So based on the engineering, you're going to choose that. So this will be some of the documents you use. So based on your program, you're going to fill this in my next video. So based on your program, kindly check if you do need these things and get all the documents ready for that. Okay, so we looked at civil engineering. So now let's look at something else. And this is how we apply. So I want to change from civil engineering. So masters. Select, let me choose maybe chemistry. We submit. So the requirements are almost the same. You need a CV, a letter of intent outlining your career goals and proposed research areas. So you also need a supervisor. You don't need a preference from here. So that is it for chemistry. And the deadline, I don't know if we looked at it but the deadline for international students for winter is September 1st. So we still have a deadline coming up. For summer is February 1st, and For fall to is February 1st. So we have 3 application deadlines. For civil engineering, let's look at it again. I don't remember if we checked the deadlines, but let's check it again, so that you also understand that the procedure for each program are always different. So you see, for civil engineering, for winter is April 30th, so it's the end of this month, but that was not the case for chemistry, so the deadlines are always different. And for summer, they had no application. Let me go choose one in non-STEM. So let me look at another one in MA communications. Let's look at that. UB submit. So here they only take admissions in fall, so February 1st, that's next year. We could give it a try. And you need a B in honors in bachelor's degree, and these are the admission package. You just need your resume and your letter of intent. As you can see, it varies, so try it with your program and let's see when your deadlines are. I want to try another one. Let's see, history. I thought I saw history. Yeah, let's look at history masters. Resubmit. So history, they have a deadline in May 1st. So I hope this video was useful. It took longer than I wanted it to take, but in tomorrow's video I'm going to show you how to apply to University of Ottawa. As you can see, they have various scholarships that you can choose from. Well, I've started also getting a lot of feedback or interest about undergraduate scholarships, so I'm not going to leave you out in this video. So these are the scholarships available for undergraduate students at University of Ottawa. So they have a lot of online scholarships and bursaries. So there is the admission scholarships, and that is based on your average. So the higher your average, the more funding you do get. There is for like the French, if you are going to study French, you also get bursaries. But what I also want us to look at is we have the prestigious admission scholarships. This is between 100,000 to 120,000 scholarship. So the deadline is January 31st, so we could look at that. Maybe next year I'm gonna look more into that. So there's the indigenous scholarships. Most of these scholarships have certain criteria that you do have to meet. There are faculties that also offer scholarships, so engineering gives, arts gives. So there are so many of them that you could choose from, and the money also varies. And this is one, scholarships for international students. So you could either get a differential tuition fee exemption. What that means is you are going to pay fees like a Canadian who is from Ontario, so you're going to pay less. And there's the International English Entrance Scholarship for students from Africa studying in English. So they also have a package for African students. And this amount is, they reduce your tuition fee by 12,500 to 20,000 per year, which is really, really good. So you can see there are so many of them that you just have to take your time and look at it. So let's look at this, the other one, the SHLIPS. So you have graduating high school CEGEP in Canada. So unfortunately, these are for Canadians or people who are permanent residents in Canada. So this is not for us in this video. But if you're Canadian or you have friends, Canadian friends, do send this video to them. So that is it for undergraduate scholarships. I will try my best to do more of these kinds of scholarship for undergraduate studies. And also, there are also useful resources to help you put together your application. If you haven't yet subscribed, this would be a great time to subscribe. And if you've watched to the end, thank you. And I'm rooting for you and I'm wishing you all the best. So to hear from me again, bye.